So you're in the middle of a job, everything's going according to plan, and then one wrong move. The dongle gets disconnected, the screen goes blank, and suddenly, that 2022 Dodge ProMaster that was just sitting there quietly now refuses to even acknowledge the key. It's the kind of silence that hits different in a workshop. No hazards, no door locks, no nothing. Just a brick with wheels. This is Hussein, and welcome back to Baabji Motors, your go-to place for automobile diagnostics, programming tools, and real-world workshop knowledge. Before we jump in, just a quick and important disclaimer. This video is made purely for educational and informational purposes. Everything you see here is meant to help technicians, learners, and auto enthusiasts better understand the process. Any images, clips, or references used fall under fair use for education and review. All trademarks belong to their respective owners. And as always, make sure you follow manufacturer guidelines and local laws when working on vehicles. Now, let's talk about what actually happened here. You got a 2022 Dodge ProMaster, and you're trying to program a new key using the Autel KM100 with the 12+8 bypass dongle. This is a common setup for accessing modules without going through the OBD port directly. But during the pin read, probably the most sensitive part of the whole procedure, the connection drops. The KM100 loses communication, and now the van won't start. The hazards won't flash. The door locks are completely unresponsive. You plug in your scanner, pull up the BCM, and you're greeted with codes related to the RF hub. Messages missing, configuration errors. You can still talk to the RF hub? Sure, but when you look closer, all the configuration data is gone. No TPMS data, no keys stored. It's like the module forgot what it was supposed to be. You try to restore the configuration using WiTECH, maybe attempt a proximity alignment, but every time you get that same frustrating response from the RF hub. No, nothing. So where do you go from here? Is the module bricked? Do you need to replace the entire RF hub and start from scratch? Well, there are a couple of roads you can take, and the first one is actually the simplest, a hard reset. Behind that small panel near the left knee, right by the fuse box, there's a gray connector. That's the BCM. If you unplug that connector, wait a few seconds, and plug it back in, you're essentially forcing the module to reboot. No need to disconnect the battery. No drama. Sometimes, that's all it takes. The BCM comes back online, reestablishes communication, and suddenly the RF hub wakes up with its configuration intact. It's one of those fixes that sounds too easy, but in the world of automotive electronics, a hard reset can clear out the glitch that happens when communication is interrupted midstream. But let's be real. If the RF hub's configuration is truly corrupted, a hard reset might not be enough. You might be looking at a deeper issue. In that case, the more reliable path involves using the manufacturer-level software. WiTECH, the OEM diagnostic tool for Stellantis vehicles, can sometimes reinitialize the system and push the correct configuration back into the RF hub. Once the module is talking again and the base configuration is restored, you can go back to your Autel KM100 and finish programming the keys. It's a two-step process. Let the factory software lay the foundation, then bring in the aftermarket tool to complete the job. And if that still doesn't work, there's a nuclear option, and it's one that actually solves the problem cleanly. Program a new RF hub, install a fresh module, use WiTECH or Autel to initialize it, and then program the keys. Once the new RF hub is in place and properly configured, everything comes back to life. The doors lock, the hazards work, the van starts. It's a more involved fix, sure, but it's definitive. And honestly, given how integrated these modules are in modern vehicles, sometimes starting fresh with a new component is faster than trying to resurrect a corrupted one. Here at Baabji Motors, we've seen this pattern before. A drop connection during a sensitive procedure corrupts the module's memory, and no amount of resetting or restoring will bring back what was lost. The only way out is through a new module properly configured. So back to the question I asked at the beginning. What do you do when the RF hub is corrupted and nothing seems to bring it back? The answer depends on how deep the corruption goes. Start with a hard reset. Unplug that gray BCM connector and give it a shot. If that fails, move to WiTECH for a full reinitialization. And if the module still returns null, it's time to replace it. It's not the cheapest fix, but it's the one that gets the customer back on the road. Now, here's something interesting that a lot of technicians don't realize until they've been through this a few times. The RF hub in these ProMasters doesn't just handle the keyless entry and immobilizer functions. It's also the gateway for TPMS data. So when the configuration goes missing, you're not just losing the ability to start the van. You're also losing tire pressure monitoring, which means every time you start the vehicle after fix, you'll need to relearn the sensors. It's one of those hidden layers that adds time to the job if you're not expecting it. If this video helped you avoid a headache or pointed you in the right direction, here's what I'd ask. Hit that like button. Let's see if we can push this one to 1,000. Drop a comment with your thoughts, your own experiences with corrupted modules, or even just a question. I read them, and I try to respond to as many as I can. If you're not already subscribed, consider hitting that button. It's free for you, but it genuinely helps the channel grow. Only a small percentage of people who watch these videos are actually subscribed, and every single one makes a difference. Subscribing helps Baabji Motors reach more technicians, more learners, more people who need this kind of real-world info. And if this video helped you, share it with someone else who might be staring at a dead ProMaster right now, wondering what to do next. In-depth diagnostic content like this takes time. Time to research, time to film, time to edit, time to make sure the information is accurate and useful. So if you found value here, a like, a comment, a share, it all supports that effort. And hey, if you want to go a step further, check the description. I've linked to some of the tools and gear used in videos like this one, including affiliate links where available. It's a way to support the channel while picking up the same equipment I trust in the shop. Thanks for sticking around. Until the next one, keep learning, keep pushing your skills, and happy diagnosing.